Level 1, entry level. $34,000 a year, you are 22, your desk faces a printer that jams every Tuesday, your manager says, "Welcome aboard," without looking up. You ask a question in a meeting once. The room goes quiet a second too long. You stop asking questions in meetings. You start asking them in the hallway instead, quietly, to whoever will answer without an audience. The first rule, at entry level, you're not being evaluated on your work. You're being evaluated on whether you're worth training. Level 2, associate, $48,000. You inherit accounts nobody senior wants. Your name starts appearing on email chain, not the important ones, the CC line. A coworker gets promoted over you. She's good, you're good too. The difference was a conversation with a director you weren't in the room for. The second rule, merit gets you notice, proximity gets you promoted. Level 3, senior associate, $67,000. Someone asks your opinion now and waits for the answer. You mentor a new hire unofficially because nobody assigned it, because you remember the hallway. You get a raise that isn't a promotion. The number moves. The title doesn't. The third rule, you start doing the job before they give you the title for it. That gap is where companies make their margin. Level 4 manager, $89,000. You have a team now, 4 people, a glass box that doesn't fully close. You run your first headcount meeting and realize the number in front of you is actual people's rent. Emails start arriving Sunday nights. Nobody requires it. The culture just expects it. The fourth rule, you stop being evaluated on your output and start being evaluated on your team's output, a pressure that's harder to control and impossible to explain to someone who hasn't held it. Level 5, senior manager, $118,000. The team grows to 11. You stop knowing everyone's name on the first try. You get a real office, a door that closes completely. You meet a VP at a leadership offsite. He asks about your trajectory the way someone asks about a stock they're considering. You've learned every conversation above a certain level is also an evaluation. The fifth rule, the org chart stops being about hierarchy and starts being about who can end your week with one sentence. Level 6, director, $165,000. You report to a VP you see twice a month. You have 4 managers under you, 40 people beneath them. You couldn't name most of the 40. A crisis hits. You deliver the message to your team, absorb their questions, protect them from information you don't fully have permission to share. The 6th rule, your job stops being about decisions and starts being about absorbing the consequences of decisions made somewhere you weren't in the room for. Level 7, VP, $240,000 plus equity. The CEO calls you by your first name in the hallway and asks a question that sounds casual and isn't. You lose a direct report to a competitor. The resignation teaches you something nobody tells you at lower levels. Loyalty flows down more reliably than it flows up. Your compensation crosses 7 figures for the first time. It doesn't feel like a rival. It feels like a new floor with a new ceiling above it you can just barely make out. The 7th rule, the money stops being the story. The information becomes the real currency, and most of it you can never repeat to anyone who isn't already in the room. Level 8, C-suite, $650,000 base, multiples of that in equity. Your decisions get discussed in earnings calls you don't attend personally. You remember standing at a desk facing a printer that jammed every Tuesday, asking a question, watching the room go quiet a second too long. You understand now why it wasn't cruelty. It was the weight of information the room was carrying that a 22-year-old wasn't cleared to hold yet. You've become the room. The 8th rule, at the top, you stop being evaluated on anything you do personally. You become a proxy for an entire organization, and the org either believes in you or it doesn't. That belief is worth more than any decision you'll ever make.